What's up, everybody? It's Jeremy here, and today we're going to be having another deck tech for fun. This one's going to be a little quicker. It's pretty simple commander deck for Magic. It's Gwenna. I'm sure you've seen her before. If you have not, what she does is you tap and you add 2 mana in any combination of colors. Spend this mana only to cast creature spells or activate abilities of a creature or creature card. Whenever you cast a creature spell with 5 or greater, power of 5 or greater, put a +1/+1 counter on Gwenna and untap it. So, I mean, it's a mono green commander deck. Okay, so just look at the tokens quick here. These are just the tokens I have in the deck to be running with. We have a 4/4 beast, 3/3 beast, and some food tokens. It's a pretty straightforward deck. You're going to be pumping out creatures. You're going to be boosting everything. So like I said, this is going to be a really short deck tech for fun compared to normal, because it's pretty straight vanilla. Like straight vanilla. So all these creatures do different things. As you see, purple worm, 7-drop, 8/7, costs 2 less if a creature died this turn, and ward 2. I'll just go like this. And then you got Pelica Worm, a 7-drop, 7/7, trample, enters battlefield, gains 7 life. When it dies, draw a card. Has an effect for both in and out. A great 0/3 6-drop here. Sweet Gum Recluse, Flash Cascade, Reach. When it enters the battlefield, put 3/3 counters on any target number of target creatures that enter the battlefield this turn. So you see, you just pop out some things. A lot of this is going to be pumping. You're going to be pumping. When it becomes, when the Arbor Colossus becomes monstrous, which is if this creature isn't monstrous, put 3/1/1 counters on it and it becomes monstrous. So it becomes a 9/9, paying the 6 here, has reach. But it destroys target creature an opponent controls with flying. So there's a little flying counter there. Already has reach as well. This is another great card here. Has kicker, can't be countered, hexproof, and haste. And if it was kicked, it enters with 4/1/1 counters on it. So as you see, a lot of these creatures are pump. They're high cost, but obviously we have some cards. As always, I do want to say this before we get too far into this. This is a basic version of this deck. If you want a more advanced version, I recommend going to EDH Rec on the website and just look up the commander. There's a lot of better commanders also for this type of deck. And there's a lot of better monsters or creatures, spells, ramp cards, and mana rocks as well. So I want to say that now, actually, before I get any farther into this, because some of this is kind of jank. But it works really well together. So the Wood Crasher here has landfall. What landfall does is whenever you land enters battlefield under control, like it triggers, as it says there. But this gets a +4/+4 until the end of turn, gains trample. Rampaging Ballast, another trample card with landfall as well. But when it comes, this is a different landfall trigger. So when if you play a land, you create a 4/4 green beast creature token. And then you got Feasting Troll King here, another really good card for this deck. When it's battlefield, if you cast it from your hand, you get 3 food tokens. Has vigilance and trample. You sacrifice 3 food tokens. You return it to graveyard to the battlefield. So another great card, way to pop it back out, triggering your commander if it's on the board, etc., etc. So Soul Zendikar, another great card as well for this, pumping out tokens. You got Convoke and Hexproof on the Elemental here, just straight vanilla creature that way, just with those 2 abilities, obviously. So what this does, Coven, I had to think what Coven did for a minute there, and I realized it tells you right here. Sorry about that. So Coven, at the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, it can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. So this is a free hit in if they have anything over that. Rootless U. So When it dies, search your library for creature cards, hopefully 6 or greater, reveal it, put it into your hand, shuffle your library. So there's a search engine there with that. Then you have the Trollbred Guardian here as well. Each creature you control with +1/+1 counter also gets trample. You also have adapt on that. This is a ninjutsu coiling stalker here. So whenever it deals combat damage to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control that doesn't have +1/+1 counter in it. So that's how you get those +1s across the board. Get that guardian on the field, give everything trample. Boom. Just I'm trying to not cuss, but just F shit up. Like straight up. So you also got the Horn Beetle here. At the beginning of your turn, if you control a creature with greater 4 or greater, put a +1/+1 counter on the Horn Beetle. You can pump that up there. A little early game creature there. This is a great creature, elf warrior, as they say, for green creatures. So whenever a green creature enters the battlefield under your control, +1/+1 counter on that. So there's another way to get those +1/+1 counters across the board. Here's a good nice defender, but as long as you control a 4 or greater, it can attack. As long as it doesn't have defender. Here's another dinosaur, but this one has death touch. Whenever it attacks, if you control a creature with 4 or greater, it gets a +2/+2 until the end of turn, so it becomes a 4/4. You got Challenger Troll as well. Each creature you control with 4 or greater can't be blocked by more than 1 creatures. So, alright, so we're going to be looking at some creature seekers here. Well, at least this card is. So Seek the Wild, you look at the top 4 cards of your library, you reveal a creature or a land card, so I guess you can do land too. And you put them into your hand, and put the rest onto the bottom of your library in any order. So, yeah. You just pick one though. I guess I didn't say that. They got the Harbinger here, Hexproof from Black. I need to slow down a little bit, I'm talking a little too quick here, huh? When it deals damage to player or planeswalker, you can look at that many cards from the top of your library. Excuse me, sorry about that. You may reveal a creature card or planeswalker, Gorok planeswalker, sorry. I believe that's how you say it. From among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest at the bottom of your library in any order. So Vivian's Archbow is also a really nice card in this. You can discard a card for X and tap. Look at the X amount of type of cards. Put a creature card with converted mana cost X or less from among them onto the battlefield. So you can cheat some stuff in there. Put the rest at the bottom of your library in a random order. Then you got Vivian's Invocation, where you look at the top 7 cards of your library. You can put a creature card from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest at the bottom of your library in a random order. Whenever a creature is put onto the battlefield this way, it deals damage equal to... It deals equal damage, sorry, to a power of its power to target creature and opponent controls. One second, I gotta adjust the camera here. It's a little higher up than me today. Trying a little new setting so I can fit more on the camera. So primeval can't speak every video, right? Having issues today. Primeval Bounty, which is an enchantment. So when you cast a creature spell, it pops out a 3/3 green beast creature token. Whenever you cast a non-creature, you put 3 +1/+1 counters on target creature control. Whenever a land enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life. So it's all around good there. And this is the only copy of Gorok you run. It's the Unleashed one from M21. I'm not going to go over every single one of them, so you can just look at here, look at his emblem and all that. I didn't have the emblem token, I just realized, but that's okay. And then you got Relentless Pursuit, where you can dig for a land or a creature card, put in your hand, put the rest into your graveyard. Adventurous Impulse, which is creature or land as well, bottom of the library in any order. Wayfinder here, enters the battlefield, look at top 4 cards, creature or land again, put the rest at the bottom of your library in random order. Then you got the plants here. This is the color one, right? Yeah. Add 1 mana of any color if you control a creature with 4 or greater, add 2 instead. So nice little low drop here. And then you got Uprising here as well. You can draw a card with anything 4 or greater. Creatures you control have trample, another way to get trample. When a 4 or greater enters the battlefield you control, draw a card. So, so you draw a card when it enters, creature get trample, and then when you replay another one, it gets trample with 4 or greater. Or not trample, it gets to draw a card. Sorry about that. Alright, so Scaled Herbalist. You may put a land from your hand into the battlefield, so a way to cheat on. Abundant Harvest. Choose a land or a non-land. Reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a chosen card of that kind. Put that card in your hand and put the rest at the bottom in a random order of your library. Bushwhack, another good card here. Search your library for basic land. Reveal it, put it in your hand, shuffle. R, target creature fights target creature you control. So you can make stuff fight each other in this deck as well. When the druid enters the battlefield, each opponent may search the library for 3 basic land cards. They each put one of those cards onto the battlefield tapped under your control, and the rest on the battlefield under their control. Then each player who searches the library this way shuffles it. So, forcing lands onto your board. So, Reclaim the Waste has kicker. Search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, hand, shuffle your library. If it was kicked, you get to have 2. Open the Gates, another great card here. Ravnica, Allegiance, I believe, yeah. And then you search your library for basic land, card, gate card, reveal it, put it in your hand, shuffle your library. Then you have another way with the Greater Tanuki, Then you have Bonsai Tree. Oh, Bonsai Tree. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I said that. I mean, am I wrong or right here? But still. So this is a Flip Enchantment Saga. It does multiple things. And then it flips as well into the branch. And it gets +1/+1 for each land you control. There you go. So you can see it. I can't believe I said Bonsai Tree. That's even better. Alright, so we're going to go to the next stack here. So you got the Beanstalk Giant from Eldraine. So it has the adventure on it. So you can adventure it and then play it or just play it. And then we're into Mana Rocks here. So there's not many. There's a few, but not many. So we got Moss Diamond, green. I guess this is, I wouldn't say this is Mana Rock, but it's a Mana Search here. And then another, I wouldn't say Mana Rock, but a Mana Creature here. But tap it on top creature control, add 1 mana to your mana pool for tapping that and the creature. Another way to find lands, draw a card, tap it for mana, a green. And here's a pump. So target creature gets +X/+X till the end of turn, where X is your devotion to green. If you don't know what devotion to green is, it's right there. And then you also have another pump spell here with devotion to green. And then you also have Awakening, which is 9+1/+ counters on target land you control. Becomes a legendary 0/0 elemental with the name Vidu Gazi. It still counts as a land though. You also got Enlarge here, which is +7/+7 with Trample. Must be blocked this turn if able. Then you got Might of the Old Ways, which is another pump spell here with Coven. You also got Plot Armor, which is another pump, but this is an enchant, so it stays on it. It can't be blocked except by creatures with flavor text, and it's +2/+2 to that creature. And then this is another good one here. So until the end of turn, target creature gains Trample and gets +X/+X, where X is the number of attacking creatures. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to hold that off the camera there. My bad. You also got Wild Size here, which is +2/+2, gains Trample and draw a card. Titanic Growth, +4/+4. Then you also got Overcome in this deck. So creatures you control get +2/+2 and Trample. So when you're swinging in, you're going for that kill. Great card to play here. Giant Growth, I'm not going to say it because we all know it, hopefully. If you don't, pause the read. Kabu Climber, Battlefield, draw a card. Keeper of Fables, whenever 1 or more non-human creatures you control deal damage to a player, draw a card. Whenever a creature with power 3 or greater enters the battlefield, draw a card under your control. When Voice of Many enters the battlefield, draw a card for each opponent who has fewer creatures than you. And then this Rhino, Trample, whenever you cast a spell that targets the Rhino, draw a card. A lot of draw power here. So here's Hunter's Insight. Draw more cards. So it shows the target creature you control, whatever. This is a really good card for draw power here. So I'll talk about it a little bit here. So you pump something, swing it, maybe it's something with trample. So and whenever it deals that much combat damage to a player or planeswalker this turn, draw that many cards. A great refill hands there as well. Out muscle, put +1/+1 counter on target creature control. Then it fights target creature you don't control, so you can force a fight. Also has adamant. Here's a way to deal with enchantments, artifacts, and exiling a card out of the graveyard. Another way to deal with artifacts are enchantments. Another way to deal with artifacts are enchantments. Another way to deal with artifact or enchantments. How many times am I gonna say that? Okay, and then you got you enchant a creature without flying. When root enters battlefield, tap target creature. Enchanted creature does not untap during next on tap step, attack step. So you lock a creature, and that's no longer a problem until that's destroyed. The Runestone, great card as well. Non-land permanents cards in graveyards and libraries can't enter the battlefield. Players can't cast spells from graveyards or libraries. Great lock if you need it. So then you got, so this is another good card, Populate. So it creates a token that's a copy of a creature token you control, and it prevents all combat damage. So great little kind of like what is it, fog. So but yeah, then you got Hunter's Edge, +1/+1 counter on target creature control. Then that creature deals damage equal to power to target creature don't control, so there's a force. And then the rest of these are just forest. So I'm sorry about my little stumbling there, and this video taking about 16-17 minutes, something like that. And yeah, I had to, I don't know, I feel like that went all right, other than me reading a little too fast or something and not be able to say names. Oops. But yeah, so that is the way I play Gwenna. Hopefully I'm saying that right still. And I honestly like this deck. I would say for just a janky throw together beast pump, well not beast, just giant creature pump mono green deck, I would still run a few more quick get lands onto the battlefield type cards. There's plenty out there. Look into them. Like I said, go to EDH Rec. This isn't sponsored or anything. Just go to EDH Rec. It's the best way to pump up any of these decks that I show. These are just for fun. I like to play them at game nights with my friends and family. They don't, a lot of them don't play Magic, but they used to play Magic, so they borrow decks of mine, and I like to give them diversity. So I have plenty of these decks around. Ugh. It's not damage to the card, is it? You see that bump on there? No, it's just the sleeve. That's good. But still, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Yeah, this is probably one of the more longer deck techs that I've done in a while. But yeah, so thank you all for watching. Like I said, much appreciated, much love, and I hope you keep watching these and other videos I upload every day. And yeah, so I'll see you on the next one. Much love. Peace.